Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Snow and Trooping Soldat here, and I just wanted to give a quick video overall on my German World War II reenacting impression. So I primarily reenact the 916th Grenadier Regiment, 352nd Infantry Division. And if that sounds familiar with you, it should. They were primarily serving in Normandy. They were created in 1943 from decimated units from the Eastern Front. They defended Omaha Beach, later St. Lo, and later in the Netherlands. So this is my impression for that unit. It's going to have some early war stuff. But that's just because of my own personal persona that I'm trying to portray. So let's just jump right into it. So first, we'll start with my original Tornster pack I got from Wars and Shop. This is dated 1943 and it still has the guy's name on it. It's in terrific shape. However, I tend to only use this for living history events for the most part, and events that I personally feel are not going to be as physically demanding. Typically, like maybe like 1 day events. So moving on to the right here, I have myself an original gas mask canister. I bought this on Facebook from another reenactor, and also the gas cape bag is also original from at the front with a reproduction gas cape with a leather strap from Kelly's military. Moving on, I have myself an original gas mask from 1944, and more specifically April 1944. So that's pretty good. I have myself a Finnish M40 55 helmet that I have converted to be a German M40 helmet. It is also quite salty and it looks pretty good. I have myself an original inner tube band that was actually taken off of a German truck tire, which is awesome. It was given by my company commander. Moving on to the right over here. Let me just not step on all my stuff. I have myself a rucksack from World War Supply, I believe. I got this a long time ago, and overall, it's pretty nice. I don't know how accurate it is, but overall, it's great quality, and I mostly use this for most events that I go to. Most events that are more than a day probably are more physically demanding, and I feel more comfortable bringing this out to events. Right here, I have myself a clothing bag, and yeah. So, and also, have myself a mid-war rifle that is a Yugoslavian captured one. However, it still has some of the markings, so that's always fun. And I also believe that it might have been made in the Czech Republic during wartime, of course. So, I guess we'll go right. So, starting right here, we have myself a Italian wool blanket, which is pretty accurate for most late war events and some mid-war events as well. I have myself some at the front Y straps, a checkered red ditty bag, mostly used for my food items such as bread and rations, which we won't be going to actually. So right here, got myself some Knäckebrot. Part of my German, but yeah, basically just some rations and stuff. Iron ration, some heart keck, right here, and some biscuits. These are great if you either want to use period food or modern food, and then you want to hide it. So these are great for that as well. So moving on, I have myself a little sugar glass bottle, a glass bottle with an original honey label. However, I primarily just use this to hold my salt and pepper. Some coffee, and this all goes inside this little ditty bag. Moving on, I have myself some coffee conserver and some strawberry jam, both from Wars and Shop, and some tea, P38 can opener, and some Coca-Cola from Wars and Shop. Also, before we move on any further, I have myself an original Kodiak, I believe, yes, Kodiak 1930s box camera. I have yet to use it. However, I know for a fact it works. I just wait for the film to come. Just a miscellaneous little can that I yet need to label, but it's still period. Have myself some Esbit, with a post-war Esbit stove, and all this goes inside this little ditty bag here. Right here, I use these sometimes for miscellaneous hygiene stuff, such as, maybe some water for rinsing out after you brush your teeth. Right here, have myself just a period correct glass bottle. So now, moving on to my hygiene kit, or at least most of it. So we'll start from the right. Have myself a shaving mirror from the World War II soldier. Some shaving soap, shaving brush, razor with some, I believe these are post-war razor blades, Odal mouthwash, some period correct toothpaste from Wars and Shop, toothbrush, some hair tonic, little wooden comb, some German soap. Have myself a frostbite tin, and an original, I believe this is skin cream, and another just miscellaneous little container from Wars and Shop. And all this, at least this right here, goes inside a issued ditty bag, and then all of that goes inside this big ditty bag right here. So, all organized. Moving on, I have myself an original rifle clean kit from 1938. Just a nice little checkered, not checker, I mean chess board right here with some cleaning brushes. And then right here, I have myself some original photographs and a felt post right here, which is pretty nice. Moving on, I have myself another big ditty bag, which I mostly just put, tank tops, period underwear, long johns, the whole shebang. I also put my socks in here, which these are original German civilian socks with some captured GI gloves. Right here, I have myself mosquito net from Hessian Antique. Fußschlappen for my SM Wholesale jack boots, which I so far have loved them. They have held up for the past maybe 3 years, I believe, that I've had them, and they have not lost that many hobnails, at least most of them, and they've held up quite well. I still need to clean them, that's for sure, but overall, great boots. Moving on, I have myself a gray wool knit sweater I've actually found at a Army surplus store. And then right here, I have myself a cotton knit service shirt from Kelly's Militaria. I do want to eventually get a wool knit shirt. However, living here in the deep south, it is very hot. Most of the time, it does not get very cold. So this is just more practical for me. You can debate whether or not this is actually accurate, but this is just more practical for me. So we'll be moving on now to my uniform and pocket litter. So to start off with, this is a Gavin Militaria M40 Feldbluse that I got probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it has held up quite well. It is also, weathered and aged over time, so it overall looks pretty good. So, moving on, I have myself some playing cards, some period cigarettes. Now, I personally don't smoke. However, I think this adds a good amount of personality to your persona or your impression, because most guys back then smoked. So, right here, just have myself just a pocket knife, medical lip balm, especially for cold weather events. You need to get this. At the front, Giffa. And I know that the belt buckle is upside down, but leather belt from Kelly's Militaria and belt buckle from Kelly's Militaria as well. Just ignore that that's backwards. So, moving on to the fun part. Here, sorry about that, but here I have myself my German Soldat wallet I got from Hessian Antique, and I just have various stuff that I also plan on adding to. So right here I just have, now these are modern photos that I just made black and white. However, they're memories from past events, so I keep these in here until I can start making photos with that. And yeah, have myself a postcard. Underneath I have a drawing notebook. Have myself a Panzerfaust little instruction manual, which is actually pretty cool. I got this from a Warson shop. I don't know if it's reproduction or original, but still pretty cool. I got myself my sold book that I still haven't fully filled out yet, but it's filled out a decent amount. Right here, I have myself a M38 side cap from Hessian Antique, and underneath that, I have myself my toque, and I believe that's from at the front. Moving on to the field gear, and then eventually we'll work our way up to the mantle over there. So, have myself these at the front ammo pouches. Not too much to say about that. Kelly's Militaria Feldflasche. So, I've had this for a really long time, and it has aged magnificently. I've had this for a long time. Have myself here at the front bread bag. It's kind of crazy that used to be the original color. So, it has aged and weathered beautifully. Just various equipment straps. And right here I have myself an original mess kit. The bottom is dated 1938, the top is dated 1940, and still has the original guy's name. See, it says Heinz, and his number is 82. That's pretty awesome. Right here I have myself a at the front shovel carrier, Kelly's Militaria bayonet frog, with an at the front reproduction e-tool. Now this bayonet is an original, and it has a pretty cool story. So this bayonet is dated 1942, and it still has the original owner's initials right here, LT. But it has a star right here, or at least an attempt at one. So my theory is that this was originally, of course, issued to a German soldier, probably early to mid-war, on the Eastern Front. A Russian soldier captured this after he killed the soldier or found him dead, and then initialed a star right here, or maybe initialed his initials right here. I don't know. That's just a theory, but original bayonet, and it's pretty cool, and is in excellent condition. So now, just to end this off, I have myself some Kelly's Militaria M40 trousers. In real life, they look much more salty. I've had these since pretty much ever since I started, and they've weathered just in a very beautiful way. Right here, I have myself an at the front Splinter helmet cover. I have rarely ever used this. I've used it in like an airsoft, but in reenactments, I've used it like one time. So it's I have it. I have myself here a Gavin Militaria greatcoat or mantle. I've had this not too long, so it still has a long ways to go in terms of weathering, but it's actually quite nice quality and very comfy. So that actually about does it for my German World War II impression. So, like I said, I primarily reenact the 916th Regiment, 352nd Infantry Division. However, this impression can go from, probably 1941 onwards, so it's a pretty flexible impression. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very proud how far this impression has gone. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of research and a lot of money. So hope you guys enjoyed, and also hope to post more here on this channel. So thank you for watching, and Auf Wiedersehen.